Let's go to South Africa. Collaboration and cooperation are two of the key points of the G20 Ministers Summit held this week in South Africa. Let's hear how from the host country's president as he briefs the press on the meeting.
This, in many ways, highlights the growing importance of the African continent in global economic, political, and environmental discussions that are ensuing around the world. This summit's location underscores the need for African voices to be heard on critical global issues like sustainable development, the digital economy, and the shift towards the green energy. It is a great opportunity, too, to promote greater collaboration between African nations and the rest of the world. This, in many ways, highlights the growing importance of the African continent in global economic, political, and environmental discussions that are ensuing around the world. This summit's location underscores the need for African voices to be heard on critical global issues like sustainable development, the digital economy, and the shift towards the green energy. It is a great opportunity, too, to promote greater collaboration between African nations and the rest of the world. This, in many ways, highlights the growing importance of bilaterals with a number of foreign ministers from India, from Saudi Arabia, from China, as well as from Russia. And we had very good bilateral discussions, and all of them expressed a great deal of support for South Africa's hosting of the G20, and they want to be as supportive as they possibly can, and have also embraced our priorities, which they are in great support of. And that was heartening to hear all these important, and all countries are important, no doubt. And also I met the Foreign Secretary of the UK. So that was also a very good exchange, and we discussed a variety of issues, both global and national, between ourselves and those countries. So I'm rather pleased that I have had the occasion to be at this Foreign Ministers Summit and to have a very good exchange with them. South Africa, as I said, we are truly honored to have this moment and opportunity to head the G20. And we are also very pleased to be in a troika with Brazil and the United States, as we have taken over from Brazil and will execute our responsibilities during the course of the year. As you know, there will be more than 100 meetings that will be taking place through the length and the breadth of South Africa, and culminating with the Leaders' Summit, which will be held here in Johannesburg. And thereafter, we will have the pleasure of handing over to the United States of America, who will then take over the presidency of the G20, and we will continue working with them as part of the Troika, as the previous presidency of the G20 also becomes part of the Troika, and the incoming one, the following year, also becomes part of the Troika. So we look forward to good cooperation and good interchange amongst all of us, and I do believe that the priorities and the themes that we have set out are clearly achievable, and already we're getting a good sense that there will be thoroughgoing discussions through a number of, if you like, sub-themes and various forums that will touch on various aspects of the priorities that we have set out through our various government ministries, as well as private sector, as well as social communities or organizations. So we gung-ho as South Africa, we're raring to go, and this has been a really good start. There have been other meetings in other parts of the country, touching on labor and a whole number of other issues. The next week it will be Treasury or Finance in Cape Town, and I will also have the honor to be present as they meet. So the ball is rolling. The G20 machinery is now underway, and as South Africa, we've been participating in all of them throughout the various years that we've been part of the G20, and this year we are president of the G20 process, and we are rather pleased with that. Yesterday, we were meant to present the budget of our own country to our parliament, and discussions that ensued prior to that presentation in both the leaders of the Government of National Unity and also Cabinet gave a clear indication that some of the proposals that were being put forward would not be favorably accepted, and Cabinet then felt that we should postpone the presentation of the budget. Now, we are in a Government of Unity system now, and in the end, no one party can be able to truly impose anything without much negotiation and discussion. And being in a Government of National Unity, by definition, means that you've got to work with others. You've got to take others along. You've got to build consensus. And we've got to ensure that we do indeed forge a unity